All right, welcome to our Thursday night Dream Team call. It is August the 7th, the first Thursday of the month, and I want to start out by giving shout outs. We had an awesome June, so congratulations to everyone in all of your success with June. We had Casey Snyder who hit Success Club 16, so awesome job, Casey. We have Brittany Harden who also hit Success Club 10, so those were our two gals that were 10 and above. Then we had Joelle Hornick and Amber Etheridge and Bree Wetzel and Lindsay Rohr all hit Success Club 5 and above. And for Bree and Lindsay, I haven't sent your gifts yet because it just popped up in the back office. It was a little delayed in that, so I will get those to you also. And then we also had numerous people that were on the leaderboard this month that didn't quite hit Success Club 5, but it was your first time on there. So congratulations to those people too. Joelle Hornick, who I can't see her face, but I know she's on the call right now. She also was a success starter this month. So that means she has hit Success Club 5 her first 3 months in this business. And she now has earned a free ticket to Summit next year. So congratulations to Joelle. That's exciting. We have a few important dates on our calendar. Next Thursday, the 14th, we have another team call, and we have Ashley, I need to know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's LaShrew, and she's going to be talking to us about organization, which I know a lot of you have requested that topic to be spoken about. Wednesday, the 20th, we have our sneak peek for the Dream Team. Thursday, the 28th through the 31st is Summit. Raise your hand if you're going to Summit, please. Awesome. There's about 10 of us that are going. So we have a huge group going this year. We have a house rented. We're going to have a lot of fun. Again, that's Thursday the 28th through the 31st. And then Super Sunday for Louisville is August the 7th. And this will be our team's first time going to Louisville Super Sunday. So that's a lot closer to home, and we're a little bit excited about that. Angie is actually from the Indy area, and that's how we've met through Super Saturdays in Indianapolis, which is what our team usually attends. And then also we got to go to the new leader conference together, and I brought my little mug that I got while I was there. Because we didn't know each other really. We kind of knew who each other were, but we didn't know each other until we got to go to that. If you weren't a coach on our team at that time, you know that my luggage got lost and did not make it out there. And I had no clothes for 2 days. I got to go visit corporate with no clothes. And Angie and her team really helped me out. They let me borrow makeup, their hair things, clothes, everything else. So I'm eternally grateful for that. But I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to her so she can get started, because I know she has some great things to share with us about social media.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for having me on. And you look super cute going to corporate without any clothes on.
Thank you.
Just kidding. No, she had clothes on, but she did look really cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's really, and I was thinking about that story today, and I think it really just exemplifies what Team Beachbody is. Literally, like, I had never met Megan, and neither had the other 3 girls in our room. And like, it was just like, okay, what do you need? Do you need boots? Do you need makeup? Whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we roll. So I do appreciate you reaching out and having me hop on the call. I know summers can be kind of rough, and so it's sometimes nice to just do something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm doing with my team. My team is Team Consistency. I've been a coach for about, the end of May was 2 years. We're a 4-star qualifying team. We have like 6 more days, 5 more days. I'm like, So
you'll make it. You'll get there.
Oh my goodness. Yes. But most of us know that social media is where our businesses grow and where they start, honestly. So my tips are probably things that you have heard before, but sometimes just hearing it a different way, or maybe I'll share something that you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't think of it like that, or, oh, I could do that. So feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. I have 3 main tips, and I did a little PowerPoint for you guys too. Awesome. So share my screen here. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Now, so I can't see you now. So if you'll just have to interrupt me if you need something here. Okay. Yep. So here are the social media tips. All right. The very first thing that I share with my coaches is because I think when it comes to how to share on social media, we can get so bogged down with, oh my gosh, I don't know what to share. And, do I do what she does, or do I do what she does or he does or whatever? And I just tell them, just share what you do. That's what social media is about. People like to be voyeurs, as creepy as that may sound, but that's what social media is. That's why we've reconnected with people from grade school and high school. Why? Because we want to know what they've been up to in the last 20 years. I just had my 20-year high school reunion last week, or a couple weeks ago, and it was crazy that I haven't seen these people in 20 years, but I knew who had 3 kids. I knew whose kids maybe had been sick. I knew who had recently gotten married because of social media. Why? Because they share what they do. It's the exact same thing with coaching. We share what we do. We share if we're working out, we share it. We drink a shake, you share it. You make a meal, you share it. You go on vacation with your family, you share it. And that's really what people are attracted to, is that sneak peek into our life. And if you guys have heard Carl speak recently about the vital behaviors, and that first, I guess it's the second one, invite, he's kind of changed or kind of added a tagline to it's attract, connect, invite. So starting with social media, that's where the attraction comes. We attract people by showing them glimpses into our life, showing them how fitness and health works in our life. And by no means does that mean our, Facebook page or Instagram page or whatever we're on has to be 100% Beachbody. It shouldn't. It should not, because is that the only thing that we do? No. I just got back from vacation with my family. So I spent a lot of time sharing pictures from vacation. I also shared a picture of myself with my feet in the sand and a shake in my hand, or my feet in the sand and a shake in my hand. And I said something about, my feet in the sand, a drink in my hand, and dreams in my heart. That is sharing without being like hitting them over the head what this business has done for me. And I also think sometimes it can be hard. People like, I don't want it to be about me, which is very hard. I even struggle with that. I don't want to just be like, hey, did size today? Hey, did size? That doesn't offer any sort of value to them. So we have to show what we're doing, share what we're doing, but then help them see how it can fit into their lives. So if we're not sharing what we're doing, how can we expect them to know if they want to join us, right? I mean, that would be like us, being like, hey, do you want to buy a minivan or whatever? Never driven a minivan, don't even know if you really need a minivan. You don't know what comes in a minivan. What do you have to do? You have to test drive it. So social media allows people to kind of test drive what we do and see how we do it. So that's tip number 1, share what you do. Tip number 2, this is a huge one, and we talk about this so much in my team page. Put you in your post. And I have some examples coming up. But people follow you because of you. You and Megan could live right next door to each other. Heck, she and Erin are cousins. Hello. But people follow Erin for a specific reason, and they follow Megan for a specific reason because they connect more with Erin or more with Megan. People follow you because of you. If they just wanted a program in the box, they would go to Flippin' Target and buy it off of the shelf. But they trust you. Why do they trust you? Back to point number 1, because you've shared what you've been doing. They see how you have incorporated into your life. They've connected with that. They want that, and they want you in their corner with them. So putting yourself in your post is is showing that you are being a product of the product. It doesn't mean that you have to have a beach body. We don't have beach bodies. I mean, some people do. I don't, but I still put myself out there. Why? Because people connect more with our progress and our journey than our results. Ultimately, they do. Because, I'll be honest, there are some top coaches, I'll follow them and I'm just like, she's a flipping machine. Like, there is no way that my abs will ever look like that or that this. So I don't relate to that. But there are people that may see me and may see my stretch marks and be like, oh, dude, she's totally real because I have stretch marks too. So show them, that you're real by putting you in your post. And here are a couple. Okay, this is a no. This is a pretty graphic. Okay, I'm a very visual person. This is a pretty graphic. This does nothing on Facebook or social media. This says that you are selling something. This is a no. Why? Is there any part of this that is me? No. And adding your email address to it does not make it you. This is a good graphic. This is something that you could send out via an email or MailChimp or something. It's perfect for that. Social media, not so much. This is a yes. Why? Because I'm in it. I'm showing I am doing this. You can also see my kids' toys in the background. You can see the pile of whatever that is, probably dirty clothes in the background as well. That's relatable. That's a yes. And here's another tip. If you look at some of my social media, frequently you will see pictures like this without my head in it. Why? Because I don't want to do my hair and makeup at whatever time, or sometimes I don't want to take a picture of my face when I look like a hot mess, but I still need to be held accountable. So there's a little tip. You can take a picture of your feet, like maybe your feet with some weights and your resistance band. If you were doing 21-day fix, you could do, obviously a picture of yourself holding your Shakeology. Maybe it's your Shakeology next to a bottle of water in the car. Those are all ways to put you in your post. It doesn't have to be a sweaty selfie day after day after day. It shouldn't be a sweaty selfie day after day after day, because people it's like white noise after a while. They're like, oh, there Angie goes. She's sweaty selfieing it again. Like, that's boring. We want our post to jump out of the news feed. I use some sort of filter. I mean, unless you have really great lighting in your house. But, I just think it just makes it a little more crisp. I like to do things, like this, where there's a little bit of depth in it. Maybe my shake is closer to the camera, or maybe, I just posted something on Instagram before we got here, like the mug was covering part of my face, just things to make it visually interesting. So that's point number 2, put you in your post. And then, I love this. Tip number 3 is lead with the story. And I was on a call with Amy Silverman a few months ago, and she said that, and I had to write it down. She said, lead with the story, not the facts. The story will always win. And that goes back to sharing what you do, putting you in your post, and connecting with people. Because again, if people wanted to read a nutrition label, they would Google it. If people wanted to, just do a program and not have anybody there, they would maybe go to the gym, or maybe, buy something at Target. But they connect with you and your story. So you don't have to know everything about Shakeology. You don't have to know everything about macronutrients and this and that with 21-day fix. Guess what? That's what that program is about. So if somebody just says, oh, well, how many of this or that? You're like, oh, you know what? You don't even have to count calories. All you have to do is fill your little containers and you're good to go. And P.S., it has helped me because blah, blah, blah. So, when I'm inviting, I always, kind of say, do a little intro, say what I'm inviting to, tell what it has done for me. I love 21-day fix because it's only 30 minutes a day. So even for a busy mom like me, it's totally doable. And really, it's 21 days long. There are no excuses. We can all do anything for 21 days, right? or whatever it has done for you. And maybe it's not 21 Day Fix. Maybe it's PIO. Maybe it's just Shakeology. But always connect it to how it has helped you, because people connect with you. So to recap the 3 tips, and then we can kind of open it up if people have questions. I kind of blew through those, but we want to share what you do. Maybe it's a workout, a shake, what you're eating or cooking, your family, the opportunities. Share what Beachbody has afforded you. Maybe it's friendships. It does not have to be monetary. Maybe it's friendships. Maybe it is a renewed sense of confidence. Maybe it is feeling like you have a purpose. I speak a lot to moms who we feel like we've gotten stuck in this funnel where we are helping everybody around us. And then the one person at the bottom is us, right? And then there's nothing left to give. But this business has not only helped me realize that, gosh darn it, I need to be up at the top of that funnel so I can give to everybody down below, but it's okay for me to give it to myself too. And then it's given me the opportunity to share that with other people so they can do it, because I know I'm not alone in that struggle. I know I'm not alone. So, it doesn't have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be, I love following the top 10 on their Bora Bora trip, but that's not all of us. It doesn't have to be that. Your business and your journey is yours, and own it and share it and be proud of it. And don't feel like you have to follow somebody else's path. That's up to you to decide where you're going. And that's up to you to decide how you're going to share it. We all have the same number of hours in the day. We all have the same access to all of the tools. It's just, we have to decide if we're brave enough to share those stories, and if we're brave enough to get uncomfortable. That's one of the biggest things that I've had to learn, is that I have to get uncomfortable. And you know what? Every time I get uncomfortable, that means I'm growing, because on the other side of that discomfort is growth and is reward and is my goal. And then I get comfortable, and then I get too comfortable, and then I have to get uncomfortable again. That's the cycle. That is the cycle of this business. If you want to get here and stay here, that's cool. But don't think that you can keep this activity right here and get up here. Our activities have to match our goals. I'm getting off on a different subject, but sorry. Tip number 2 is put you in your post. And then tip number 3 is lead with the story, not the facts. And I can even share, I can send it to Megan, but in my, I'm going to come back here so I can see everybody. In my Coach Basics group, Coach Basics groups, I do a little, I help people kind of start their story, like before, or, I knew it was time for a change when, and then they fill in the blank. I was first introduced to Beachbody by blank with blank. I gained blank because of blank. The best part of this is blank. And I let them fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of gets their brains turning on how to share on social media. And I encourage them, now, okay, great. You've written it here. Now share it. And so they can copy and paste it, and they can put it on their wall if that's what they decide, or maybe they dig in a little bit deeper. But, we have to get out of our own way and just go and just post. And you know what? I have people unlike me. Oh my gosh, I have an awesome story for you guys. This is so true. Speaking of unliking and unfriending, and my 20-year reunion. So I was at my 20-year high school reunion, and let me tell you, I had major anxiety, almost on the verge of tears. And I was a very social person. I got along with people really well. I wasn't nervous about seeing anyone in particular. And I was talking to my friend. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. And she's like, Angie, she's like, you look amazing. She was like, you look, so good. You're doing such a good job. And I said, but I'm so scared of what people may think. I'm scared that people may think I look good, or I think I'm doing great, or I'm not relatable anymore, or I'm in it for the sale. That was my biggest fear. She's like, no, whatever. So we went to the reunion, and then afterwards our class went to this bar, just our class, and we're talking. And this guy who I was friends with, we'd been chatting all night too. He said something about posting something on Facebook that he had posted. And I was like, no way. I was like, I totally missed that. How did I miss that? And I was like, we're friends on Facebook, right? And he looks right at me and he goes, I unfriended you. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is my worst fear. I was like, no, you didn't. And he said, yeah, I did. And I was like, why? And he's like, you tried to sell me shit. And I was like, no, like, again, this is my worst fear. I never want anybody to feel like I am selling to them.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm getting really excited telling this story. My husband's like, are you okay? So I don't ever want anybody to feel like I'm selling something to him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah. And he remembered exactly what I had said. And I started out reaching out to him because his wife did look familiar and blah, blah, blah. And we had a conversation back and forth. And then 2 weeks later, I went back and I was like, hey, so I said, hey, just want to let you know there's a big sale on P90X2. And okay. First of all, I have zero connection to P90X2. Second of all, it was the 29th of the month. So I was desperate. Mm-hmm. And third of all, I sent him the flippin' direct purchase link. Like, gag me. I told him, I pulled it up. I was like, I'm so sorry. I said, I would have unfriended me too. I pretty much knew, you had gotten on Facebook and you had seen how fat I had gotten after high school. And so you wanted to sell me something. Okay. Again, last thing I ever want anybody to do. Like, there are so many levels of wrong of that. And I'm so glad that he mentioned that to me. But, I did not lead with the story, right? I was leading with the sale and I was leading with the product, a product that I had zero connection to. Zero. Mm-hmm. So even though that was a private message, that's just a big lesson learned. I mean, and I'm not going to lie, it's messed with my head because I'm like, oh my gosh, who else did I do this to? And when I saw the date of that, I was like, there's no excuse. I should never, ever, ever do that. So anyway, there's my, But we've all
been there. I mean, we live and we learn. We've all done it. So
yeah,
we learn. I mean, we learn what not to do and what doesn't work and what gets people to defriend us. And
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
First of all, you are hilarious. I love your personality. Some takeaways I got, I really liked when you said people connect more with your progress and your journey more than your results. Because I feel like the new coaches that I have on my team, the first thing they say is, but I don't have the results yet. I haven't finished the program, or I haven't lost the weight yet, or I don't have the abs yet. And so for me, that's a big point I'm trying to get across. I started before I had lost the weight. It's not about being fit and being in shape. They want to go along with you on that journey. And I think when you said that really hit home.
Yeah. Well, and I remember there was a coach. Well, she wasn't even a coach. She was just a customer. I knew she would make a great coach, and she was doing 21-day fix. And we were about two weeks in, I think. And she was messaging or, commenting in the group every day and everything. And I said, you would be a really amazing coach. And she said that very same thing. I don't have results yet. I'm going to wait until I'm done. Mm-hmm. And I said, but you do. I said, you've shared that you didn't think a home workout would work for you. Mm-hmm. You've shared that your eating has been more on point. You've shared that you feel better. You've shared that Shakeology has changed your cravings. I said, you have results. They're not just on the scale. You have results. So I think that's also our job as coaches, is to help people see these non-scale victories. Because honestly, I mean, I did 22-minute hardcore. I gained weight on that. I got more muscle, I got more definition. But if I was only focused on that would have stunk. I would have been like, are you kidding me? I just spent 60 days of my life gaining weight. Sweet, but that's just not, there are so many other victories that we, share. And I think that, again, we're able to share that on social media. So people see it's not about the weight. It is not about the weight. Weight loss is a side effect of feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
So if we eat real food, we're going to feel good. If we move more, we are going to feel good. If we drink more water, we're going to feel good. If we get good sleep, we're going to feel good. All of those things are recipes that will lead to weight loss.
Yes.
And if we're only focused on the weight loss, and if you don't lose those 5 or 10 pounds when you think that you should, you're going to give up. So if we're only focusing on the weight loss with our challengers, and they don't get that because everybody's makeup is different, we're not going to be able to help them. But if we include personal development in our post and in our challenge groups, if we include these small wins, it helps them realize it's not about the weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
The weight loss will come. It starts in our brain.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Also, your visually interesting posts, because I feel like that's something I need to work on personally. So me working on that hopefully will help my team, because I do a sweaty selfie almost every day. But it always comes, it's not just here's a sweaty selfie. I always have a message behind it.
Right.
But I really like your idea of taking a picture of your tennis shoes or adding the depth to the pictures. And that's something I need to work on. So hopefully that's a good tip for our team also.
And I love not having your face in every photo. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, because I'm just like, I know.
I'm like, oh, we're cropping.
I know I don't look good, but oh well, snap.
Yeah.
On it goes. But I see only 3 of my coaches left on the call, but do any of you have any questions that you would like to ask before we let Angie go for the evening? Amber or
Hey. Hi. I was just wondering, I guess what would be I'm a new coach, what would be your number one tip overall, or just for social media, however you want to answer that? Just
how long have you been a coach?
Oh gosh, a week?
Couple days.
Oh my gosh, and you're on the call. Yay!
And look at her on the call. I know.
Very new.
That is so awesome.
And asking a question and talking on the call.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a great start. So you are already on a good path. What have you already done a program?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've done Shakeology, but I haven't done any of the programs.
Okay. So my big, I would start with exactly that. I would start with sharing, I'm kind of starting something new here. I'm not really sure what it's all about, but
Right.
I've been drinking Shakeology, and this is how it's made me feel, X, Y, or Z.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to start this. Anybody else want to join? Get people on now when you're starting, because I think sometimes as coaches, we can feel like we have to be an expert, right? Or we have to know it all. No, we do not. We just have to ask people if they want to join us. We'll figure it out. We all will, So yeah, I mean, I would say if you already like Shakeology, if you've had, results with that, or whatever, you can share a little bit of that. But I would just be open and transparent about, hey, I'm starting this and I don't really know, what it's going to do, but I'm excited. I'd love some buddies. If anybody wants to join, be conversational and be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Well, I think we are going to let you go then. Angie, thank you so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you are so welcome. So welcome. Have a good night, guys. Have a good June, and maybe I'll see some people. I will see you in Summit, I'm sure, Megan.
Yes, I will see you, and Amber that's on the call will be there also. So.
Yay! Awesome. Have you ever been, Amber?
She has not.
It's awesome. It is awesome. You'll have a blast.
Thanks
All
again,
right.
Angie.
All right. You're welcome. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.